I am ready now.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
And what can we expect? Surprises!
Engineered by Jay Timko and produced by Eric Beatty. And without further delay, it's showtime! Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome to the Detroit Cast, Thursday edition of the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How you doing, Mike?
Doing good. Doing good. Got a lot to get to today, and it's funny how these things work out. You never really know. But first things first. How was your day yesterday? Anything exciting or?
Well, I told you about yesterday. I kind of informed my parents on what I'm doing.
Yeah. Which
My
not
new
weird at
hobby.
all that you do this for 2 months and then let them know.
Right. And as you said, they do live in the country. They are English speaking.
And
So
local.
I really had no excuse. But I did let them know what I'm doing, and they promptly took a look and had some feedback.
They did, which does not surprise me in the least, Jay. When I put myself in their perspective, they've got a son who's a pillar of the community, well-respected local attorney, and then one day he decides he's not going to be that guy anymore, and now he's doing a radio show.
Don't forget that local attorney was feeding 3 of their grandkids as well. So.
Exactly, married with children, and all of a sudden it sounds like a midlife crisis. It must sound like to them, like you're doing what with who?
Right. Wait, with Mike Walters? Oh,
Wait.
shit.
Wait, what? So anyway,
So they did what I thought they'd do. They went ahead and they jumped on and scrolled around and tried to find us, and I guess they didn't find the audio, but they found an old YouTube, or I say old, one from a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago.
Yeah.
They ended up plunking down on number 90 for some reason.
All right. What are we on now? 95?
95, yeah.
95, okay.
So my dad shot me an email with just some just a quick response, a little bit of feedback. He said, I went to YouTube number 90, and we heard about our granddaughter learning to ride her princess bike by herself, and Mike gushed about your fathering skills regarding training wheel removal, etc.
Gosh, is the right word.
I
but
see this
whatever.
podcast as a way to keep up to date about life at your house.
Oh, no.
No, that is not what I want.
And then he just
Is
kinda,
that a shot at you because you don't inform him enough of what's going on in life? So now we've got an in to what's going on in your life. You're telling the whole world before you tell us.
Yeah, it was sort of a passive aggressive
Yeah,
swipe.
kind of a shot.
But then it got me thinking, like, okay, they took a little look at number 90. That's great that they heard something about their granddaughter, a nice story. But then I thought, well, what else was on 90 that maybe they saw? So I went over to 90 and I scrolled down Timko's nice summary that he does.
Yeah.
And the bike thing I think took maybe a minute and a half, and then soon thereafter we went into about 15 to 20 minutes about the guy masturbating on the public bus.
Oh no, complete with video.
Yeah, complete with video and
Oh,
description, and I think Timko got a couple nice screenshots there of the actual load.
No.
Yeah, and so I wonder how far they went beyond.
I
I'd love
guess
to
it's
know.
not much further than that.
Okay, we heard a nice little story about the bike, and all right,
Yeah.
we'll
Right on the
try
heels of our
again next
granddaughter, our precious, adorable, innocent granddaughter.
got a friggin' monster on a public bus. I guess that's the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, poor guy. I feel bad for your dad now.
Yeah, I think he'll give it another try and
Yeah.
keep taking some looks and
Yeah.
reserving judgment, I think, overall.
Well, I can give you I can give you a great summary and rundown of the modes and the feelings your parents are going to go through, and how they're going to react and behave when certain things come up. And I've been through this. My parents are almost identical to your parents with education levels, and both of our dads are engineers. See things as right and wrong, black and white. You do things this way and you get this result. Very much like Timko. And I know how. It does not surprise me in the least that your dad would send an email like that, and it sounds exactly like many, many, many emails I've gotten from my dad over the years. Yeah.
And so it'll be a spectrum of embarrassment to, just horror to, there probably just runs the gamut.
and then, but they'll be supportive all along. You'll get a lot of passive aggressiveness, but if and when it starts working, and people come up to them who are fans of the show and mention their dear son Jay, they'll be very proud, and so there is a possible very big upside as well.
Yeah,
so
possible. Way down the road.
Way down the road. Who knows? We're talking years down the road. No. Tell them to hang in. We're on a safe ride here. It'll be fun.
I did tell Jay, it made me feel good because I go, I've been through the same thing with my dad as well, and I said that I felt it comforted me that Jay, who is, like you said, been a lawyer, yada yada. I say yada yada too much, but doing the lawyer thing, that his parents still are kind of like, I don't know about this, and it made me realize that even I still haven't
parents.
made
no
it.
matter who you are, you still have parents who don't give a shit who you are. Well, you're still their son.
And it's like I haven't made it, and my parents keep questioning me, and I'm like, I keep thinking, well, if I get a contract one day and I'm making 80 a year or something, then they'll know. And look at Jay's dad. Jay, he's making whatever, good
still
time
concerned.
lawyer, and still concerned. So it made me happy.
Hey, we all have parents, right? My parents do the same thing. They don't,
Yelling into that too loud?
No, you're always yelling too loud.
When I heard myself after a second,
why stop now, buddy? Why stop now?
Well, we'll stop now and we can come back to it. But we've got to get to this. I booked an interview for us for right now. As a matter of fact, I was on the Huffington Post this morning, just kind of looking for stories, and I get to one titled, "I'm known for pooping my pants," and I'm okay with that. And I was like, okay, that warrants a read for sure. This 29-year-old woman who just a year and a half ago pooped her pants while running a marathon, a topic we've talked about on this show before. Perhaps you read about it in exojane.com or saw my appearance on The Doctors. She was actually on The Doctors, that TV show in the afternoon. Yeah. And yes, now I'm known for pooing my pants. It was an incident that, while it was happening, was soul-crushing. In the moments after, I had a long 6.2 miles left to ponder where I would hide my embarrassment from everyone or turn it into something positive. Clearly, we know what I did with this situation. Once I crossed the finish line, every bit of depression, pain, embarrassment, and uncertainty left me. I was ecstatic. I'd run 20 miles, pooped my pants, ran another 6.2 miles, and crossed the finish line with a pretty decent time for a beginner, 4:21:49, beating Oprah by about 8 minutes. Not bad. When I met up with my friends and family who were waiting for me, the first thing out of my mouth was, "I pooped my pants." So, and she goes on and on. But yeah, why don't we give her a call? Her name is Lindsay Patton Carson, and she's a writer, editor for Review Magazine. And
is she local? I thought I read she's local.
Yeah, she's from here, east side of the state.
Okay.
But she is in Grand Rapids area now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So let's dial her up. And I'm really hoping you with your background, and you've run some marathons, and Gab has. Eric, you have.
Me and Jay disagree on one aspect of this, and we don't have to let her necessarily. I don't know how it'll come out, but I disagree with Jay on one part of this.
Oh, is this Chariots of Fire?
Yeah.
Perfect.
This is Lindsay.
Lindsay, hi. It's Mike and Jay calling from the Detroit Cast. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Good. How you doing? How's it going, Lindsay?
It's pretty great over here. I'm just kind of in awe of everything that's unfolded recently.
Oh, really? Are you getting a lot of calls today?
Not really. Just more comments. This thing has been going on for a while. I mean, I posted the story, I believe in February, and it got a bunch of hits, and then the Doctors called me up, and then the Huffington Post invited me to blog for them. So it's just been snowballing, and it's kind of hard to take it all in, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'll give you this. I'll give you credit. It's got to be a tough decision to decide. And I basically, we just filled the audience in on what happened to you. You were running a marathon and had that unfortunate deal where you actually had an accident, pooped your pants. There's no other way to say it. And then
decided.
Yeah. But you've embraced it and just said, hey, it is what it is, and you've owned it. And
you've owned it. Yeah,
you've totally owned it. That must have been a tough decision to make, to not hide that.
It was tough for about a couple miles because I was trying to figure out, like, do I tell people, do I not, and how am I going to get to the finish line, basically. And so I decided I can't not tell people because it's too funny. And it's
well, you can't hide it
hilarious.
either, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly. It's hilarious and it's ridiculous and it's something everybody does, but somehow
Well, not in our
it's
pants, but yeah.
Right. Well, you would not
Not usually.
you know, you would think that you wouldn't, but there's been some people coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, we've admitted that on our show that a few of us have too. So I can't.
Certain
Yeah.
drunken evenings.
Yeah.
Now, what was the main driver of the decision to just let it fly? Was it a personal time goal? Because I've been in these races and I know that there are porta potties along the way, and I'm sure you thought about that. Well, I could stop, but you kept going. And what was it? Did you have a goal of 425? Was that it?
Here was my issue. They had a porta potty about every mile or so. I was in the middle of mile 19, and that's when it hit me, and that's when I had to go. And there were people off to the side. It was a semi-wooded area, and it was mostly men, and they had their business covered pretty nicely. And I was like, I can't go off to the side because my business will not be covered nicely. Like it would, I could get arrested basically. So I tried to stick it out, and I couldn't do it. And so I just waddled over to the porta potty and took care of everything.
Wait. So you didn't just run through it?
No. I mean, everything. No. I cleaned everything up. I had to throw my underwear away, which was pretty.
Wait a second, Lindsay.
Oh wait, I thought you crapped your pants and then left it in there for 6 miles.
Oh my God!
People do
Did
that.
I just ruin everything for you guys? Should I hang up now?
No. You still shit your pants, so you're still good with us.
Okay.
Well, I'm
You're
not
fine.
sure you did. Hold on, back up.
She had to throw her underwear away, so that.
All right.
Yeah, that was really upsetting. I was very attached to them.
I hope it wasn't a thong.
So
No, see, that's the thing everyone thought, because I mentioned it's Victoria's Secret underwear, but they have sporty underwear that I really love.
Oh.
So,
and you get
yeah,
those
Victoria's
favorite ones
Secret.
when you train.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, you get a certain
Yeah, they're
shorts you like and all that.
Special.
So
Now they're
let's
gone.
understand clearly then. You feel it coming. You pass the one porta potty because you feel like I can't drop trowel right here because I'm afraid I'll get caught. But then you do let it out a little bit, but yet you find a porta potty to dump it in or something, or you. How did this work?
Well, the way that the porta potties are lined up, they're not lined up along, like, next to each other throughout the entire course. There's like a mile or two between each porta potty. So it hit me right away. And the thing that did it for me was they're handing out pickle juice, which they say helps release cramps.
Yeah.
Really?
And I took it, yeah. And it was within a couple minutes that it was like, there it is, it's gonna happen.
So now,
So
okay, go ahead.
So it was past the porta potty already. So it was like, okay, I'm feeling fine. I don't have to go. So I passed that porta potty, and then once I took the pickle juice, it was, oh shit, I got to shit. And then I saw it. I saw the porta potty in my line of sight, and I couldn't get there in time.
Well, so was this? I think of when it comes on really fast and you got to go right now. It's usually not a solid thing. It's kind of a diarrhea situation. Was that? It sounds like
Sort
you
of a
were
pickle juice inspired.
Yeah. What
imagine.
what kind of what
Was
were
it
we
like
dealing with here?
bird crap consistency?
Surprisingly, it was pretty solid. I had
wow.
I had a lot of fiber the night before, so that helped.
Well, were you gooing along the way, like taking the goo packets and stuff?
I did goo, yeah.
What? I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's like an energy supplement. Just basically gives you calories as you
Oh,
hit
okay.
certain
You lose
points.
all.
Yeah,
You're
you're
burning.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you lose all that.
And that upsets a lot of people's stomachs. But Lindsay, I got to be honest. I've heard of people, just running and they just kind of let it fly, and it's sort of like a bird crap consistency running down their leg, and they don't care.
Exactly.
But I am troubled by the idea of a solid crap happening at this point.
Yeah, don't be troubled because it was a lot easier to clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be happy for me.
But I guess I just don't understand why runners have that mentality. I think it would be so uncomfortable to go through that in the moment that it would throw off like any every part of being a human being would tell you, okay, get to a bathroom. I can do that quick in 2 minutes. I'm back out of the bathroom and then get the hell going. Like, who cares about your time at that
Because
point?
it's such a big deal.
No, it's not. It's not a big deal.
You train for 6 months
Who
to run a
cares?
marathon. If you want to hit a Boston time, you don't want to stop and take it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what you were driven by, right, Lindsay? I mean, anybody
What
can
was
just.
that?
You're driven by your time. You had a goal, right?
Yeah, I wanted to do it. My goal was 4 hours. The way the Grand Rapids Marathon sets it up is they have celebrities times, and then you pick your running group based on which time you think you match up with. So I matched up with P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, whoever the hell he is now, and I ran with them, and then I lost them, but I beat Oprah. So
You beat
that's
Oprah.
important to know.
That's not that big of a deal.
So, wow. Oh, man.
Hey, anybody who can finish a marathon is all right in my book, man.
Yeah,
that ain't easy.
I guess. And it sounds like you're going to do the free press one coming up here soon, too.
I really, really want to. I've been doing some physical therapy for my hips because my hip flexors are all messed up, and just trying to get prepared, like get my body in the shape it needs to be to do that one, because I can't just have this in the books and that's it. Like you ran one marathon and you shit yourself. Like
Yeah. You don't.
That's not going to be the only thing I'm going to be known for, and I'm going to make it a point.
Yeah. Well, you are the writer and editor for Review Magazine, and that's based in Grand Rapids, right?
It is. It's a West Michigan entertainment guide.
Okay. Now, is that where you first wrote about this?
I actually, it's event-based, so I didn't really have an outlet via review, but I want to be published in a national outlet, and I really like sites like Jezebel and ExoJane,
Okay.
and so I pitched them on a bunch of things, and that was the one that the ExoJane wanted me to write about.
Sure. Were you surprised by the feedback you got?
I was really surprised. I braced myself because I know the internet can be a really, really mean, dark, evil place.
Sure.
But the comments were pretty amazing. My favorite comment, though, was that I look like Casey Anthony. And I got another comment said I look like Vin Diesel, which, I mean, I'm not that other guy.
There is some subtle.
I prefer The Rock, but whatever.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, you're certainly not the first person to shit themselves during a marathon, but
Yeah.
the way you've owned it has been unique and refreshing. I think
Yeah,
it's nice
commendable.
to hear a chick just be like, yeah, I crap, and I fart as well.
I didn't think girls did that
I
at all.
didn't
I've
either
been
until
told
I
my
read
whole
this.
lives that
Until I read
Weird,
this,
we
but
totally do, right?
I've been married for
We're
16
disgusting
years.
humans.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm glad to hear that, because I wasn't aware of that women did that at all. But hey, learn something every day.
There's so much you need to discover. We are gross humans. Sometimes we fart. Sometimes we start. It's nuts.
Shart. Well, Lindsay, thank you so much. You're a good sport, and good luck with the Review Magazine, and thank you for taking a few minutes with us today.
Yeah, thanks, Lindsay.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
See ya.
Sure. Bye now.
Bye.
That is not shit. That's not.
That's
pooping yourself.
bullshit,
That's
dude.
not pooping.
Oh, no.
Oh my
No,
God.
She shit her pants.
Dude,
what more does
this
the girl
was
have to
not what she advertised.
No.
at
Wait a
all.
minute.
No.
She shit her pants in the middle of a marathon. What
This
more does
is
this girl
not-
have to do to
But
get
Joe,
credit for shitting her pants in
Jay's
a marathon?
right. Shitting
People shit themselves all the
while
time
they're
in
running.
marathons.
While they're running.
She
went
did.
to this-
She
no, she went to
fucking
the
stopped and cleaned it up and crap.
After she
That's-
shit herself. She
No.
gets credit for that
no,
in my
this
book.
Is, she's
No.
so overplaying
And
this.
the other thing is, to me, I'm sorry, but she's talking about and I get it, a lot of people time, whatever, but when you're running a 4-hour plus marathon,
that's
just take the time and go to wait. If you have to wait in line, who cares? I mean, if you're pushing a Boston time or you're pushing a PR,
she was off her PR,
Time anyway, by the way.
her goal.
I don't even know what you nerds are talking about. What's a PR?
personal best, a personal best.
Oh, personal record?
Yeah, personal
okay.
record.
All right.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
she's off pace to meet what her goal was. So why not just stop and take a crap? This is way overblown, and
Yeah.
Hey,
she's looking for a
I've
little
done what-
attention.
I've done
I
what
gave it
she's
to
done.
her.
She shit her pants in a
I've done
marathon.
what she's done 3 times on training runs
Yeah.
before. You have to go bad enough. I've gone to the woods. You kind of take care of it. that's
like she
not,
said, there's guys all over the place just dropping it and
Yeah,
going.
but that's not the same.
I thought we were going to hear
But-
about it dripping down her
exactly.
leg
That's what I assumed.
and
She
ending
had
up
to
in the
throw
back
her-
of her shoe.
She had to throw her underwear away though.
So
She shit her pants. It's not. She didn't shit it good enough for you guys.
No.
Not if
I don't
you're-
understand.
Not if you're a
No.
runner.
No.
That's not a real runner.
She didn't
Shit
run
story.
through it.
That's a runner shit story. Is what
Yeah.
Jay's talking about.
You
running
run through it.
Wow.
You end up with bird
I
crap
don't even
running down
see-
your
yeah,
leg,
it's not
Really?
the
and you
same at
don't
all.
care. And
Yeah.
you've seen people like this.
Oh yeah.
Do they just stink?
They're so freaking fast. They're so far in
Well,
front of you.
the people
Believe
that
me.
tend to do that do tend to be they're going for a decent time
Yeah.
at least. It doesn't tend to be people in the 4-hour range.
Yeah.
But,
Well, can't we give them credit for the 2 minutes and let them stop and shit? Just
No.
go, okay, we'll give you that 2
No, you
minutes
gotta
back.
keep going.
That's lame.
I totally see why people would do that. I don't see why she did it. Going into the story,
we did agree. We did agree.
going
now
into
then.
the story, I thought, you know what? That's great. She shit herself because she wanted to, get to her
But she did.
time.
She still,
But she didn't. She freaking stopped. It's so different than what she advertised.
Wow.
And it's not unique
I'm
for
really
her
glad
to be pushing this story like it's some unique. She's been on the freaking Doctors.
Yeah.
She's been on the Detroit cast. This is bullshit, man.
Jay,
We don't have time for this shit.
Wow. I don't get it.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I gotta say I've never said this since he's been here yet, but I'm so glad Jay is here. No, because you would, if it were just me and you explaining this, I don't think having another runner that's ran a few half marathons and stuff, you still don't get
Is
it
that
necessarily.
a shot, by the way, the half marathon thing?
Well,
Instead
you
of
know.
just giving you credit.
Yeah, that was kind of a shot.
Kind of.
No,
No, but
believe
having
me. I want this to be clear. I've not run a full.
no, but having another person that's a runner mentality, even though you still may not get it, it's like now you have two of us saying it. If it just been you and me,
Yeah,
I think
no,
you would have just been
I
like, oh,
would've
that's
shit all
Eric.
over that.
Yeah, you'd have been like, yeah, that's Eric. He's an idiot. Whatever. Eat shit, Eric.
Eat shit. Eat her shit, Eric.
Yeah,
Right.
eat shit, Eric.
No, that was so overblown, and she's way playing
She
it
just-
up.
she just wants
I'm
the attention.
disappointed.
Why
Yeah.
did she get on Doctors for that?
Because she shit her
No, she
pants
didn't.
No, she
during a
didn't.
marathon.
If that was the case, then you could have 5 or
Shit
10
came
every
out of her
marathon.
asshole
You-
into
But
her
it has
shorts.
nothing to do with the
You could have
marathon.
5
She
or
could have been sitting in the car and done the same
Right. You
thing.
could have 5 or 10 people in the
But you
Doctors for
wouldn't-
every marathon then.
Yeah.
Every marathon, somebody does
Oh,
this.
more than 5 to 10.
Well, yeah.
Could have 100 people.
So let me get this straight. Had she done the same thing, shit her pants the way she did,
And
but
kept running?
instead of dumping it out of her underwear and throwing her underwear away, had she just kept trucking for 6 miles and
That
got to the
would
finish
count.
line, you guys would be like, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have given her credit. Like,
Yeah.
good work.
Wow.
It's
okay.
not that we don't give
all
her
right.
credit. It's just like he said. It's
No,
not
I
what she
don't give her
advertised.
credit.
Well, it's not what she advertised at all.
It's
It's not
not,
what she.
dude.
I mean, hers was no different in my opinion than stopping in a porta potty.
There's nothing unique or interesting about the damn story. That pisses me off.
Except
How many
shit-
minutes are we in? 23. We're in
Yeah.
23 minutes. Damn it.
I'm trying to read this real quick and see if there's anything in here that says like she falsely advertised, but I just don't get it.
The only sort of thing that's interesting is that she owns it so well and is, as you say, has shocked us all by saying that girls shit and fart.
Yeah.
Really realize.
Yeah, wasn't aware of
That
that.
was the,
but
yeah, that was
that's the
thing I
only
got-
news to
Yeah.
come out of this.
That's the only thing I got out of that.
And
story.
frankly, it's not good news.
Wow, I'm absolutely. I thought I was going to be the one bagging on her for shitting herself, and you guys are going to be the runners defending her.
This is
and
why
it's-
we don't do cold calls. We end up with brother-in-laws, and
What?
we end up with crappy shitters.
Look at Jay already using the terminology, cold calls. Jay throwing around the radio term.
I'm putting down the gauntlet. We're done with that shit, man.
It's a crash course
No
in
more
radio.
live calls. Yeah, no more cold calling.
Live
You got any
calls,
spots
whatever.
coming up, Jay? you got a live read coming up, Jay?
Oh my God.
Let's move
dude.
on. Move on.
That's
Go
hilarious.
live.
Well, kind of along the same lines, maybe we should touch on, and we'll get to the Silverdome in just a second here. Yeah, there's her music. The Ypsilanti guy. It sounds like the Ypsilanti serial shitter. It's going to be a feces-related show today, folks. Buckle up. The serial soiler. It sounds like has been stopped. But I don't think anyone's going to be charged. And for those that don't remember this story, there were actually billboards off the freeway. There was some guy going around to the local parks and just taking a shit on the slides, where the kids were. Poor little Ella would go,
Freaking
and
animals.
yeah, some creep would go there in the dead of night and shit on the slide and leave it there for the parents and kids to discover the next morning. And it became a big enough problem that they actually were like on a hunt for this guy through Ypsilanti. Billboards were up on the freeways and everything. And They found a guy.
A person of interest.
A person of interest, yeah. They want to make it clear to the public that they've only talked to a person of interest. There's not enough substantial information to conclude that this subject has done anything wrong. He was interviewed by detectives, and it appears that this contact with law enforcement has corrected the behavior of the individual. So what is that saying to us, Jay? That they got the right guy.
They got
and
the
scared
guy.
him?
They called him in and scared the crap out of him. Yeah,
Literally.
That he right.
Scared the crap into him.
He came in and they were like, "Look, man, we know it's you, this and that," and he didn't admit anything, obviously, but is scared that they're watching him now. So
And
he's done, I think.
So yeah, because they also note that it has stopped. The incidents that were happening with some regularity have stopped as soon as they brought this individual in and addressed it. But I'm thinking, well, why wouldn't you charge him with something? And it sounds like
Probably don't have any proof.
they don't have any proof.
They're not going to do the DNA test and all that. I
But
don't
why
know.
not? Why wouldn't you DNA the shit itself? Like that. Every time we've talked about this before. You can get DNA from anything. They can swab your mouth, anything. You've got a pile of human feces there. You can't figure out whose it is.
Maybe they didn't save it.
Some creep saved it. All they need is a nothing
think they
amount.
saved it? I mean, we're
Probably.
assuming.
Someone did. I don't know. I don't know, but I would think that if you're running billboards and you've got the whole community looking for this creep, when you bring him in, you would charge him with something. Unless they tried like hell to get him to confess, and he wouldn't.
Yeah.
But they know he's the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they were setting up cameras in the park and everything. But I guess the point is it's stopped, at least for the moment. So I guess
That's the important thing.
That's the important thing. Yeah, they got their man. In
And
that
again,
sense.
we've talked about, these deviants who just do weird stuff, and how far
Yeah.
along down the road are you? That here we are, we're in the end pooping on a slide. What
Yeah.
have you done before that, man? You know what I mean? Like, what was the road to get there?
Yeah.
It has to just be such a troubling series of events.
That can't be your first crime.
No,
like,
this
No.
isn't your
you're
first
a stand-up
crime.
citizen, honor roll,
Right.
and all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
It's
pooping
like,
on
I'm going to go right to poop on a slide. No, there is
No.
a definite build-up.
Yeah.
all this
You know?
stuff.
Well, do you think it starts with number one and you build the number two, or do you think it's like he's the guy that was killing animals in the yard?
Right, something
Kinda-
like that.
Yeah,
And
I
it
don't
just
know.
leads to, crazy scat.
Crazy
I don't know, who
behavior.
knows?
There's been a lot of use of the P word today. Walter's got me going.
I know,
nuts.
I
Did
don't-
you know
I
that he
hate
doesn't
that
like
word.
that word?
Poop.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
like it.
It's stupid.
It is a terrible word. There's
Oh, come on.
another word, and I won't tell you guys what it is because you'd use it against me, and I know that. But there's another word that even thinking about it makes me. Ugh.
I think everybody has a couple of those.
Yeah. Feel free to tell me. I won't
Nah,
use them
I'm
against
good.
you. I
I'm
promise.
good.
Yeah, right.
Eric, what are yours?
I don't know if I have
Here he
words,
goes.
but I
He's
know
going to tell us.
if you show me snakes, if you show me pictures
Oh.
of snakes or a snake, I will jump
Oh,
out
that's
of my.
impossible. We can't do that.
Yeah, no. Did you see that? By the way, did you see that python in the bathroom?
Oh, yes. Oh,
Holy Jesus, man!
No.
oh,
Yeah, that.
oh, I won't
Did
look
you
at
see it?
Yes. Well, I was just telling Jay earlier. Because I go in the Huffington Post too a lot of times to check out for those kind of stories, and it's in there, and I keep trying to hide. I don't want to see it. It
Yeah.
freaks me out. Just a picture of it.
Yeah, it's. If you haven't seen it, did you see it,
Yeah.
Timco?
Yeah.
Ugh, I won't even look at
Well,
it.
did you it was in a female bathroom?
I don't even.
They've got the picture of the one in the bathroom where the snake. I mean, it's literally like 12 feet long. It's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
I don't know if we can find the picture, but it'd be cool to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
What state? Where like a Florida deal or something?
Yeah, I think so. Usually, we've heard of snakes coming up through the toilet
I always
itself
thought it was
through
like
the
an
pipes.
urban legend or something that really.
No, there it is.
Oh my
Look at that,
I
God!
can't even. Oh.
dude. That thing is huge.
That's just somebody's house.
Yeah,
Like
isn't
I
that
said,
amazing?
I had that friend who found the Massasauga Rattler in his basement.
Yeah.
I told you about. But dude, that thing's huge.
I know. That's what I was saying. Like, could you imagine opening your door in the bathroom, like going to the bathroom and that standing there?
Oh my god.
Oh, you think the snake went, "I'll be out in a minute." Jeez,
Damn,
does no one
man.
knock anymore?
I would never even go in there ever again. I'd probably sell the house if it were me.
Oh, yeah, that's brutal. How did he get in? That's what I want to know. That guy's not small enough to go through the. Well, maybe he is to come up through the pipes, but that is a big dude. Anyway, we'll get it off the screen for you, Eric. I know how that is.
I
My
swear.
grandma was the same way. Snakes, she couldn't. The word nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, and hated it. Hated it.
Oh.
We do have some more. We're getting really close. It seems like this has been going on forever. ever, but we're getting really, really close to the Silverdome auction.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Although we know the seats have been up for sale for a while, but
yeah,
the curtain goes up next week. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. We have had some contact with the Silverdome folks, and I think tomorrow on this very program, if you can believe it, we might be big enough to get someone from the from the auction group on the show, and we'll be able to ask some questions and find out if, in fact, the curtain that you're after exists and the condition it's in. I want to know about the helmet cart.
Yeah.
And a goalpost. Again, I'm not giving up on the goalpost. I would love to have one in the backyard.
I'd rather have the helmet card over the goalpost, I think. Well, those are both good. Both good.
How long before, if I installed that awesome highlighter yellow goalpost out there before you would have cleats on and be kicking field goals?
Oh,
Jay,
out there
honestly.
He's freaking Mr. Soccer coach.
Yeah, we used
It'd be fun.
It'd be awesome. And I did see in there that they've got some soccer stuff too.
Really?
That they're selling, yeah.
They had the World Cup there.
Yep. It's
94,
I guess.
I think it was.
Let's see. They estimate that they'll have between 3,000 and 3,500 lots for sale. Some of it is for industrial use: furnaces, forklifts, substations, generators. We should get a generator for the Detroit Cast.
Might need it.
Yeah, for real. When the power goes out, we could still do the show. Much of it is food service equipment, everything from pretzel warmers. Oh, I want a pretzel warmer. That'd be awesome to have my own pretzel warmer. Cappuccino machines. There's also some memorabilia left behind. Stadium signage, portable beer stands, game-used goalposts. The AstroTurf field the Lions played on before they packed up and moved downtown to Ford Field is up for bid too. The painted end zones already have been pulled out and saved to sell whole at the auction, while the rest might be sold off in pieces. There's also a boxing ring, a soccer field, and an old basketball scoreboard.
Soccer field,
yeah. So
like the turf they rolled out
they
for
put
the
in real grass for that, didn't they?
Yeah, for the World Cup.
It's probably because they do those indoor flag football stuff. They were doing it at the Silverdome. They probably did a lot of soccer stuff too. Weren't there soccer tournaments?
That's what the place is used for now. They basically bought it for the outdoor field and the bubble, the practice bubble. Those things are going morning, noon, and night with soccer games still.
Today?
Yeah.
But they don't use the Silverdome at all. They just use it's just trashed.
Yep.
I mean, you can see it. It's funny, man. It's flooded in the tunnel, and then there's some weird sandbar that's grown in one of the end zones.
I heard that, man.
What the hell is that about?
I don't know. Weeds growing and
weeds,
shit.
Yeah, growing up through the turf. They've got fake turf and real grass growing through the fake turf. Incredible. Yeah, they've got the old scoreboard from when the Pistons played at the Silverdome. That'd be pretty cool. It'd be huge.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how big that would be?
It'd be cool if you could get some the board, the floor. That'd be cool from the old Piston games.
I guess workers just stumbled across some 25th anniversary posters that highlight the history of the place. So anyway,
see, to me though, when you're talking about a whole stadium like that, you've mentioned maybe 3-4 items that are interesting.
Yeah,
the place just doesn't have that much of interest.
Well, 3,500 things.
Oh, right, but what pretzel warmers, beer carts, whatever.
Yeah,
you'd think there'd be more stuff.
You'd think there'd be more unique items, and that they'd name them if they had them.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
that's true. We'll find out tomorrow. We'll ask him tomorrow and see what we should really think about. What could that have still in the Silverdome and find out. We'll ask all those questions. In fact, people feel free to send us emails if there's anything that you can think of that the 2-minute warning sign or
and the lesbians making out in the main event window, they're not going to be there still.
The main event window.
The main event window.
The main event.
The boob marks on it. Remember that? You'd be watching a game, everybody start pointing up there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, there's boobs.
The fights.
Yeah.
The boobs. Yeah, remember all that stuff. By the way, the DetroitCast@gmail.com. If you want to drop us an email, we'd love to hear from you. And one of the things that jumped out at me too when I read this story. Do you remember this dude?
No.
I remember seeing him at games. One of these super fans.
With the Woo hat on.
Yeah, he's got the construction hat on. He's got the overalls on, the Lions jersey.
He looks like 1,000 guys I've seen.
Totally. Remember Paul in the end zone, our buddy Paul, who would rape the skeleton?
That's That's
funny. Yeah.
Because that's always been a
Hangman,
staple.
right?
Yeah, Hangman. Paul from the Hangman.
Cool,
Paul's a great dude. Yeah. I've known him forever.
Was that the guy that was in New York that had the situation? Or you remember talking about the guy that got beat up? That wasn't.
No.
That was a different name. I didn't remember.
No,
The hangman.
that was
put,
Paul, but a different
Okay,
guy.
okay.
Yeah.
They put a jersey of the opposing quarterback on the
funny.
Yeah.
skeleton, and they
Yeah.
just whipped that
Me
skeleton.
and my dad
Yeah.
loved that. Me and my dad,
Yeah,
when we had our
every
season tickets,
game.
that was always one of our cool things. Is that guy? That's kind of cool.
That was one of your things.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
you know me, so.
I do. Yeah. Eric brought over today like pictures of him with
Face
face
paint.
paint.
Yeah, he wanted to prove it. Like I didn't believe he did it or something.
I don't think he wanted to prove it. I think he wanted to show off.
Yeah.
Show you what a super fan he was.
Devoted fan.
He was.
Gotta
This
support the team.
this guy's name is Cracchiola, Joe Cracchiola. But I was just like, ugh. I could just picture this dude. He's here at the Silverdome, kind of taking it all in before the auction one last time, going to the Dome, and he's walking through the corridor, and out of nowhere, he just belts out the fight song.
Forward down
on the field.
the charging team. Come on, Jay.
Yeah.
And then he's reminiscing about back in '97. He was there the day Barry topped the 2,000-yard mark against the Jets.
Hey, you and I were there.
Yeah, we were there in the suite that game.
Yeah, and Reggie
Yeah, that
hurt
was
his
the
neck.
yeah.
Dang, what's his last name?
It's a common name.
Yeah. Real good
Jesus.
linebacker,
Brown.
fast
Brown.
as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable. We were in the locker room after that game.
Mhm.
Do you remember that?
Mhm.
Yep, when Barry broke 2,000, and they had T-shirts made for the linemen and just for the players, and they were all wearing them around. And yeah, that was Crip was on that team, Kriplevich and Russell and all those guys. But this guy's reminiscing about that day. Oh, I was at the game in '97, and he breaks into Barry.
He's all alone,
He's all
standing
alone,
there.
walking around the Silverdome chanting Barry, and
Wow.
yeah,
You know,
I could see someone else doing that.
you want to hear?
Yeah.
You know, when Barry retired, I was at a
Did you cry?
I was at a basketball camp. I was a summer basketball camp, and I was wearing a Barry Sanders shirt. And then one of the coaches goes, "Your boy retired," or whatever. And I didn't believe him. I wouldn't believe him. And, you know, before cell phones, so I went and called my mom on a payphone and said, "Some guy said Barry Sanders retired today." And she said, "Yeah." And I started crying on the
Let me see that
payphone.
real quick.
Oh my God, dude.
I was looking through this article earlier, and man, the picture from inside the main event,
Yeah,
where
where the titties were.
yeah, they still have a table and chairs sitting there. I mean,
Isn't that weird?
It's just in ruins.
Frozen in time.
Yeah, it's in ruins. It looks like Planet of the Apes or something, you know, where it's just
Yeah,
stuff that's
destroyed.
destroyed, and it's like it just happened, you know, out
Let me
of
see.
nowhere.
I didn't even really look
Still
at
got
it.
the table and chairs sitting there with just rubble all over it.
Yeah, it is like time just
Man,
stopped.
Yeah.
And
They just locked the door and left.
Yeah, they just dropped everything
Or
right where they
didn't lock
were.
the door.
Yeah, didn't lock the door and left. But I wonder, how does all this shit get all over? Why do you have 2 feet of shit?
Because
Just
the fucking roof collapsed. And
Yeah.
then everything just, I mean,
Just
what did we get?
fell
Like
down?
8 feet of snow, and just, it was probably a river in there, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
Stuff got strewn around with water, and
God, it is weird, man. There's like on the table there's a thing where you'd put like the specials for the day.
it's just sitting there still.
Just so random.
Well, it's like you said that one time. You were talking about that History Channel show about how, like, when the planet, you know, when humans leave, how fast stuff can just go back
Eat
to how
itself.
it.
Yeah.
And look at that. I mean,
It's
how long has it
crazy.
really been since no one's been there? And like you said, I mean, look at the turf. There's grass growing in it.
Yeah.
Well, you leave it open to the elements for, it's only been open for a year and a half or something,
That's it,
right?
though.
Yeah.
That's how fast
Yeah.
it can happen.
And it's, if I owned that though, that field would be spotless, and we'd be having games on
I
it.
know.
know.
We would totally have weekend games on that field.
It's sad in a way, you know, to see it, even though I don't
Yeah.
have all that great memories about it, but it's just just kind of a waste, you know?
Yeah. Well, they're still selling the seats, and I thought I read in there, in fact, I know I read in there, that they expect to sell like,
10,000 of them.
yeah.
Well, that's probably like, because
Well-
wouldn't you expect a college, like people that could use those seats might buy those, like other, you know,
10,000
college
seats.
events and or like college stadiums, like small college.
No, I
stadiums.
know, but Yankee Stadium, they would sell every seat, right?
Yeah. Oh,
I'm assuming
right.
like Yankee Stadium would sell it because they've done these auctions, many of them before. 10,000. It's like, really? You're only going to sell 10,000?
Yeah, there was 80,000 seats. You're right.
80,000. So what do you do with the other 70,000? And what? I don't know.
So let them rot.
Yeah, I guess. But whatever. Like I said, we'll talk to someone tomorrow from the group that's doing that stuff, and we'll
Get to
ask
the bottom of that.
Yeah, of all that, and find out why they're charging extra for the 20 seats too. I think that's kind of lame. But by the way, did you hear about this this guy in the donation bin?
Man, I did, and it kind of reminded me of the guy in the porta potty. You know, like what's worse, to die head first in a donation bin or in a porta potty?
Yellow ones. It's like for like relief or something. Or
it's you can donate clothes. And
yeah,
things.
like they're like gas stations. Or something.
I think of like a mailbox too. When the picture I'm getting in my head, a 53-year-old man died after getting stuck in a clothing donation bin in Lansing. Officers responded about 10:30 at night after getting a call that a man was trapped with his legs dangling outside.
Gosh.
God, doesn't that just paint a? I mean, sorry, it's kind of a comical picture in a way to think about. Some dude's like, what do you think happened? Did someone put him there, or did he drop something and go, no, I need that still, and then just dive back in and get stuck?
He's probably sifting through stuff or trying to sift through.
Oh,
yeah. And then what? Why would you die though?
Maybe just the position of it, and start
No
to crush
air,
them like the I think that those things have a opening that kind of closes on itself like a
so you can't
post box
steal
or
stuff to
mailbox.
prevent.
Yeah, exactly. And so maybe it closed on him weird and he couldn't breathe or whatever.
Oh God.
But yeah, it made me think of the porta potty guy. It's just all the places to die.
Yeah, horrible. That was the homeless guy you're talking about that died in the porta john. And then someone who should have died, but apparently is going to be okay. This is remarkable to me. This boy, young boy dubbed the Miracle Baby, so not even a boy, remains in critical condition but is expected to survive after falling 11 stories from a Minneapolis high-rise. How does
a body...
I don't know, man. 15 months old. Musa Daib suffered a broken spine and ribs as well as a concussion and punctured lung. Relatives believe he slipped through the balcony's railing Sunday evening.
Didn't Eric Clapton's son die that way?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a cracked window or something in a high-rise, and he...
Yeah, he was running, and it was open. The window was open.
Jeez.
Yeah, and he was up super high-rise. But that's where he got that song, his best song ever, Tears in Heaven.
Yeah.
It was a huge hit. That was written about his kid. God, can you imagine the guilt you would have?
Seriously.
I mean, as a parent, that would be...
Well, it's like that car backing up story we talked about.
Yeah.
Just anything like that where...
You're responsible personally.
Yeah.
And you've got a child that's at that age they can't do for themselves. They're really counting on you to not
you
fuck
just drop
up.
the ball.
And you drop the ball, yeah. It's brutal.
A similar story.
I
don't have the particulars in front of me, but I heard that one of these blow-up deals, like a moonwalk, it took air yesterday.
I want to see this.
Yeah.
Are there video or pictures?
I saw a still picture of it online. There was, I think, 3 kids in one of these little jump houses. And it wasn't one of these real high quality deals that you rent and put in the backyard and they stake them down real good. It's one
like
of these
the
ones.
castle, the blow up castle.
It was a
medieval.
smaller one, and I've seen these that you buy at Costco or something, and they're just downgraded versions of the big ones, and they can fit some few little kids in there. There's a 10-year-old girl and then a 5 and 6-year-old boy. The thing starts to take air with a wind gust.
Whoa.
And the girl apparently falls out right away, but the boys remain in it. The thing gets like 15 or 20 feet off the ground before they fall out, and one of them's in critical.
Holy
shit. some really serious injuries. But the picture I saw online was this thing floating way up. There you go, way up in the air.
Is that it? Actually, it?
Look at that thing, dude.
No way. How would a gust of wind take it up like that?
I guess one takes it, and then another one catches it, and just keeps it going.
It's upside down.
That's the bottom of it.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that incredible?
Oh my God, that's totally
like we've all had the errant patio umbrella, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ends up like 5 or 6 houses down.
Yeah.
Same deal, I guess.
Oh my
you just
God.
hope your kid's not in the umbrella.
So that's someone in their car. You can see the top of the car. That's someone in a passing
Going,
car just taking a
shit,
picture.
Yeah.
Probably has no idea that there's a couple kids in there.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's
kind of
incredible.
reminds you of the kid we talked about the other day, that stupid Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon Heaney.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
the fake one in the balloon. Oh my God. Yeah. Whoa, is that it too?
Yeah, this is from another angle.
Dude, I don't know if it's the camera angle.
Stake them
or what,
down,
but it looks,
parents. Stake them down, man. Those are dangerous. Apparently, I bet they all get recalled now. And
oh yeah, probably. You're
types
probably
of
right.
lawsuits.
Stakes down.
Yeah. Wow, incredible. Incredible. Well, let's take a quick break here. I did want to going into the break and kind of in celebration of our marathon runner who had the
Really didn't do
fortunate
much.
accident or unfortunate depending on how you look at it. But I think it's important that we recognize the one legendary George Brett. It's his birthday, 61. Happy birthday, George. And George is responsible for, in my opinion, one of the greatest told stories of shitting your pants ever in the history of mankind. See if you can outdo this story. So we'll go to break and we'll give you this one.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
I shit my pants last night. I did. Went out and had a great meal, just a great fucking meal. I had to go to the bathroom so bad in the car. I'm going, Travel, hurry up, man. I got shit. I had fucking shit in my pants. I'm good twice a year for that. When was the last time you shit your pants? Me? Yeah. Been a while? It's been a long time. I was in Vegas a couple of years ago. This is an honest-to-God true story. Staying at the Bellagio. I went over to the Mirage for dinner, met some friends of mine over there. Went to Kokomo's, a great little steakhouse. The guy brings out some fresh crab legs. These just came in. I got to give them to you guys. I'm eating them. Then we go play gamble a little bit. I had a tea time early in the morning. So I said, look, I got to get going. I'm walking back to the hotel. I get 3/4 of the way out of the lobby, and all of a sudden I go, oh, fuck. And I'm standing here like this. I got my butt pinched so fucking, I'm fucked. I can't move. All of a sudden, felt all right. I went just like this. Water. I had some food poisoning from the crabs. Take off my leather jacket, tied it around my waist, and I'm just standing there, and it's just running down my leg. I got jeans on, black bucks, no socks, and I just start fucking walking. Every time I'm walking, something's coming out. It's water. Straight fucking water. Then, to show you how sick I was, then I'm standing outside and get on my cell phone, and I call the guy. I said, Larry, you won't believe this. I'm standing outside the fucking Bellagio. I can't move. I got shit everywhere. I shit all over myself. And Larry's about a 48 waist. So he brings me over a pair of pants and some towels. And so he comes over and he meets me where I tell him where I'm standing. He finds the closest bathroom. When you go up the escalator, you go into the I can't get in the elevator.
But you are not. You lose. Baseball.
So he goes in, he finds the closest bathroom in the lobby of the hotel. And then I get in the escalator, and he kind of pretends like he dropped something so no one gets behind me, tells me where it is. I go in there. He goes and gets the towel all wet for me, throws it over the fucking stall. I take off all my fucking clothes, just wipe off, leave my shoes, my pants, everything right there, the towels right there in the stall. And I'm walking barefoot with my shirt and his pants that are 48 waist through the lobby like this at midnight. Got up in the morning, took the most perfect double tapered shit I've ever had in my life. True story. Who's the pitchers in this game?
Trip Crosby
has joined the meeting.
Beth
has joined the meeting.
Hello?
Tyler?
No, this is Beth from ICS.
Oh, hey, Beth. How are you doing?
Oh, good. Yeah. Just making it, you know.
Tyler?
Has joined the meeting.
All right, well, this is Trip. Who's here?
Tyler's here.
Beth's here.
Okay, the purpose of today's meeting is to discuss the...
Yeah, I'll be able to do it in like 30 minutes. John?
Has joined the meeting.
Hi, John.
Hi.
I was just trying to go over the purpose of today's meeting, which is to discuss the
Tyler?
Has joined the meeting.
Sorry, guys, I got cut off. Is Paul here? Send him an invite.
Put in your access code.
No, that's your PIN number.
It should be a 9-digit number.
Try pressing the pound key. Paul.
Has joined the meeting.
Any questions before we move on?
Yes, this is Beth. What's our best plan of attack for the second quarter?
Question
What
actually...
we should do...
Oh,
Go ahead. Oh, well, I think what we should do
It
is
actually
really
depends on
diversify.
how you look at it, because the
really
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I think
Given
what we-
sales,
what we
we're at
really-
Let me just say that...
Okay.
That's a great graph, John. Tyler?
Well, my main concern with the projections from last year was that they're just insufficient. I mean, they're not even taking into account...
Did we lose Tyler again?
Hello?
John, are you guys taking distributions? John?
Oh, my bad. I was on mute. Let me start over.
So I've prepared a presentation. I'm sharing it with all of you. You should be able to see it on your screen right now.
Got it.
I don't see a link anywhere.
It says I need to download a plugin.
We are all using Macs, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
How can you?
Financials are looking great. Paul, do you have any comments on staffing?
I was thinking about that because we get a few more contractor types in. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Rex, get down!
I don't know. I feel like when I looked at the numbers last quarter, that you could really tell a huge difference. So if we were to really tighten that up, then I don't
To me, staffing is a huge impact.
that?
Is that me? Is that me?
That's not me, I don't think.
I just want to go over a couple of details as we move into our next section here. We got 3 new departments coming on board.
Breaking up a little bit, guys.
By the end of Q3.
Driving to
So
a dead
I need
spot.
everyone to give me detailed evaluations each
Sorry,
month
guys.
so that we know. That's it, guys. Beth, you'll send out a recap email that could have basically taken the place of this whole meeting, correct?
Yep, always do.
Yeah, thanks for doing that, Beth. Dave, you been here the whole time?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, thanks everyone once again. Oh, one more. Hey, Trip here. I want to tell you real
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast. The Thursday edition of the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay here. Timko, Eric as well. And God, stories like this disturb me, Jay, when I see second U.S. case of MERS virus detected in Florida.
Uh-oh, science.
We'll be quick, I promise.
No, this sounds somewhat important.
Yeah. Well, just the name of it pisses me off to a certain degree. A man hospitalized in Orlando with Middle East respiratory syndrome.
Mm.
The second case of the lethal virus confirmed in the U.S. by the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, reported this on Monday of this week. The agency would not identify the 44-year-old man, but said he is a resident of Saudi Arabia, which has been the center of the outbreak. He is at the hospital, like I said, in Orlando. He traveled to the U.S. from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on May 1st to visit family in Orlando, traveling through London, Boston, Atlanta. On his way, passengers on the U.S. legs of his journey are being notified, even though the risk of transmission is considered very slight. More than 500 people could have been in close proximity to the patient.
Damn. And they're from all over the world because God knows everybody goes to Orlando, right?
Yeah, right.
And then spreads back out all over the country after they go to see Mickey.
Yep. And MERS is not one of those that you want to get. They've had 538 lab-confirmed cases worldwide. 145 resulted in death. No vaccine exists for this disease.
Jeez.
So why is he still sitting in a Florida hospital? Why put a mask on him? Put him in a hot air balloon, unmanned drone pilot, pilotless plane. Fly him to Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Go east, young man. Open the door and poof. Someone else's problem now, my man. Beat it. What are you doing here? What are we doing? This is how these start. Bird flu, SARS, all that stuff. They
probably don't trust that somebody will take care of it properly. So, they're probably like, all right, we better quarantine the dude here and just be done with it. I don't know.
Well, it's the second case, which is double what it was before Monday. It's doubled already. So these things grow, and they fast. The world doesn't exist with lines drawn on them like they have on the map, dude. You cross the line, you're here now. It's our problem.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think it would take to get from Orlando to Michigan, and then you're dealing with it? It's like,
seems like there's always one of these diseases that they're scaring us with. You know, you mentioned bird flu. That was all the rage for a couple of years.
Yeah, that was the hot thing.
Oh my God, we're all going to get bird flu. I haven't thought about that in a while.
No, but remember those dumb masks everyone was wearing, running around town?
Yeah, in Asia mainly.
Yeah, mainly in Asia. Yeah. Yep. And the AIDS was big.
The AIDS
when Magic got the AIDS. I'm looking at it now, thinking I might want to get me some of these AIDS. Look at Magic. He looks awesome.
He does.
Doesn't he look
wonderful.
Great? Yeah. He's never looked better. That's the only thing I can think of. So let me know if you know how to get a hold of that stuff. The AIDS, as Sterling called it. In the meantime, should drivers face taxes based on how far they go?
Yeah, let's have more taxes. Let's do that.
Doesn't that sound great? God. In Michigan?
This story infuriates me. It's like,
does it?
More taxes and Big Brother, right?
Wait a minute, based on what? How far they go?
Yeah, the whole deal is that they're projecting that we're going to have way less tax revenue because cars are getting more efficient in terms of mileage, and they're also moving into hybrids.
Yeah, electric cars.
Yeah, exactly. So they're figuring out a way to still get that revenue, and they're talking about possibly
for what, fixing roads, all the anything transportation related.
Right, and so they're saying, all right, we're going to have the shortfall of tax revenue. So how do we get it? And they're thinking about tracking people's mileage and taxing you based on how far you drive. So some sort of GPS monitor or something in all our cars. Why not? Right?
Yeah, which is in most new cars anyways. Yeah. I have GPS on my car, and
the government will track regularly during the year so that they can properly tax you.
Who thinks that's a good idea?
The government.
Yeah, but I mean, but they can't possibly think that the general public is going to go, okay, yeah, you got to make yours. Sounds good. I mean, people's big fear of Big Brother is for real, and you're just going to throw that out there like, oh yeah, by the way, because in order to do that properly, you have to know exactly how much where people are going and when.
Well, what they'll try to do probably is
how are you going to murder anybody anymore?
Yeah,
they're going to know exactly where you were. You can never commit the perfect murder anymore. This is bullshit.
Yeah, we talked about that. Just get in your car and drive 50 miles or something.
Yeah,
and go,
kill someone, come back.
Yeah.
No connection. You're good. Not anymore.
Well, they'll probably get support from people who have low mileage, and they'll do the math, and they'll say, all right, this is the amount that you would have paid during the year for gasoline tax, and this under the new plan is what you would pay now. And yeah, let's do that.
Oh, so make
You know
it
what I
look like it's a benefit
Yeah,
to you?
yeah.
Oh my God.
That is such horse shit. It's kind of that sneaky thing that the insurance companies do where they reward good driving behavior.
Mhm.
But the flip is anybody that gets any ticket for anything gets hammered. It's like, stop looking at it as like it's a bonus for you 1%ers.
Yeah.
The 99% who do have any mild infraction get murdered on their insurance rates.
What are they gonna? This is off the subject, but on the tax subject, the same thing's gonna happen with cigarettes. You know, you can't smoke anywhere anymore, and eventually that's gonna happen where they're gonna lose that revenue on tickets, or cigarette taxes.
Yeah,
and
they're gonna get it somewhere.
They don't. It's always like that thing, like they don't want people smoking, but they do.
Of course they do.
Like,
there's so much money coming in off smoking. And this stuff, this infuriates me too, because it's not a problem that really needs to exist. It doesn't make sense that our roads are as trashed as they are all the time.
Yeah, if they wanted to, they could build a road to last 50 years.
Well, why are they not in Ohio? You know, everyone knows this. You drive down to Ohio and it's fine. In Detroit, they're.
I just don't understand that. We've bitched about it forever. I don't believe they can't make a tire that can't be perfect and last for 100 years if they want. You telling me you can't make a tire that we still need to put tubes in tires and inflate them? Why?
Yeah, I've never thought about the tire thing. That's a good point.
I've thought the tires have driven me nuts for a long time. I just fail to believe that we can't build the perfect tire.
Yeah.
But then you shut out the tire industry.
got
Well, there's plenty of things else to do. Like, fix the roads, make them awesome, and then go on to something else. There's tons of other things projects to handle.
Yeah, but every interest group has their lobbies, their lobbyists in Washington pushing, and so I'm sure there's a huge construction lobby that keeps it going. And
Well, tell them to pound sand. Get out. Who cares? Kindly fuck off. Yes, kindly. I mean it with the sincerest of intentions, and kindly fuck off. Stop taking our money and chewing up 275 every 3 years.
yeah, really, you've got that
Driving
whole
you
stretch
nuts.
between Telegraph and 275 and 96 is all ripped up.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like that was just done
Just-
like 8 or 9 years ago.
Exactly.
Am I crazy on
No,
that?
you're not.
I really
it's done
do.
every few years. It's like, oh, here we go again. Time for Telegraph was just torn up for a year ago, a couple of years away from tearing it all up again.
Mhm.
Why? And you're right. There's a whole industry of people that
It's good for the
survive on
economy.
that. It's good for the economy. Well, go on to the next thing. Like, okay, now that we've hammered out the roads, take all those people and go tackle this.
Mhm.
And go fix this problem. Then we get that one licked. We can go fix the next thing. Like, you're not going to run out of shit to do. There's plenty. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. That seems counterproductive.
That's logic. What are you thinking? That's your problem.
Ugh.
They're thinking it through.
They wouldn't like me in Congress.
No, they would not.
Want to get shit done and move on? God forbid.
Well, they got to have jobs, dude. They have to have jobs themselves, so they have to keep coming up with that same stuff.
I wonder if this is do you think this is something for real, or is this one of those stories that hits the papers and then is like gone and you never hear of it again?
No, it looks like there's a real effort. There's a study done, and there's real thought in Michigan that let's get on the forefront of this idea.
Sure.
So that we can help kind of mold what the idea is. Let's not leave it to other states to figure this out. Let's figure it out what's best for Michigan. And
well, we
I don't know.
Car place.
It certainly has sparked a lot of discussion today. I've heard other people talking about it too.
Yeah.
So people are up in arms. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it seems outrageous, but
you never thought that smoking would, right? Remember that? Because
No.
you never thought they would stop smoking indoors, right? So
yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me as much. What this does remind me kind of is airlines charging for a baggage. That seemed outrageous 10 years ago. And now we're used to it. People get used to it. They get over it. And I think that's what our government thinks is, they'll act all hot and bothered and pissy about it,
We got-
but they'll deal with it. What are they going to
We got used
do?
to $3.50 gas, right?
Yeah.
It's not too long ago that $2 was the big deal.
Dude.
And it's just a new paradigm now. Now you see lines lined up for $3.25 gas or $3.45 or whatever.
What was the deal with that when it went up to $5? Remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
You and I have talked about this, but making it $5, all of a sudden $3.25 gas seems like a bargain.
Thank God.
Thank God, it's 3 1/4.
Yep.
It's like,
How it works,
no,
man.
you pieces of shit. It was supposed to be $2. It went up to $5. Now $3.25 seems like a steal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's still bullshit. It should have been $1.30 like it was before.
Got you thinking about what kind of car you were driving, right?
Yeah.
Got you rethinking things.
Dude, it got my Jeep. I paid cash for it. It was a
Ooh.
yeah. It was a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I paid $9 grand for it.
What?
And it had 6,000 miles on it. Bought it at auction because it was a gas guzzler, quote unquote. And it was in that time a few years ago where
People were trading them in.
Dude,
Yeah.
the country went mad, getting rid of all their gas guzzlers. I sold that car 3 years later for $12,000.
Sweet.
I drove it for 3 years,
For
put
free.
20,000 miles on it, and sold it for $3,000 more. So after the gas craze was over.
Good timing.
Yeah, I'd like to do that again. I don't think that'll happen. But see our boys we were talking about yesterday with your favorite Fez wearers, Fez hat wearers.
Have we decided that's the dumbest hat you could ever wear? The Fez.
It just reminds me so much of the monkey. The monkey playing
monkey grinder.
Grinder, yeah. It's exactly what it. But although you talked about
The Grand
Mr.
Poobah.
Cunningham, it does look like that. They just look ridiculous. But
It is.
boy, oh boy, they've released some new photos, the FBI photos
Yeah.
that they took of their
Crime scene.
criminal activity, and look at that. How much would you love to have a bag of cash like that? Look at all those hundreds. Just
flowing out of yeah.
you don't know
incredible.
what to do with it anymore. You've got
And then
so much money.
The jewelry, diamond encrusted jewels, including a necklace shaped like a liquor bottle.
Yeah.
I've always wanted one of those. Damn.
When you're buying
Sweet.
diamond encrusted liquor bottle shaped jewelry, yeah, you've got too much money. Or
And then they've got a bunch of cars lined up.
Yeah.
Bentleys and Mercedes, whatever.
yep, they've got a fleet of these luxury cars. A fleet.
What
Incredible.
an industry.
Yeah. It does make it look kind of appealing, doesn't it? I want that stuff. I want a diamond encrusted watch and liquor bottle. Lucky.
So have they increased the reward for these guys?
Oh yeah, the reward. Yeah. Well,
Yesterday it was $5,000.
yeah, it's still standing strong at $5 grand.
Oh, good.
Spread out, everybody. Spread out. We don't want all the tips come flooding in all at once. $5 grand. Come on, dude. You're showing us a bag of $1 million here,
Yeah.
and you're gonna $5 grand.
Right.
Jesus, it's not worth the risk that you would put yourself under
God,
if
no.
word
Right.
got out that you were the rat.
Right.
Forget it.
Yeah, let's use some of that seized cash and
Yeah, hell yeah.
reel them in.
What do they do with that, by the way? Seized cash.
I don't know.
That's in police stations
I've
and
heard different counties, they keep seized cars and stuff like that and auction them, and they keep the money from it.
why don't they fix the roads with it? Stop fucking with us. Seriously, do you know how many billions of dollars come trolling in from from drug money like this? What do they do with it? Does
I
anybody?
don't know.
I'm serious. I'd love to know. That's got to be a ton of money.
Mhm.
Nobody knows.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I figured Eric would know. Of all people.
I do like that question. I've never thought about the fact that when they steal like drugs or any of that stuff, you're right. There's money. What do they do with it?
Yep.
The government. You know what? To be honest, you know how the government is. They probably just take it and then don't count it. You know what I mean? Like they take the money, they use it, but they don't count it as like, oh, we still need more money. You know what I mean? Like when you give the government some.
No, I don't. I don't. I think they do use that money seriously.
Yeah.
To in the community or whatever. I don't know how it works seriously, but I don't think they just leave it in the locker forever.
No. I think they use it. I just don't think they. Like, it's not like they say, well, we got $1 million in drug money, so now we don't have to tax another $1 million.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I think they use it, and then they still, It's not
Well, they don't use it properly then because they should be able to do a lot more with it. They obtained, let's see, 21 million seized during the investigation, along with 800,000 worth of jewelry, 10 vehicles, including an 04 Rolls-Royce, 2 Bentleys, a Ferrari, Mercedes-Benz, a Range Rover, and 2 boats.
21 million seized.
Yeah.
Dang,
Dude.
man.
This drug ring they had going for large amounts of cash. They would they'd take this cash, truck it down to Phoenix, buy more drugs, and then bring it back. Picked up 66 pounds of heroin.
Wow.
Jesus, dude.
And for anyone who didn't listen yesterday, these are guys, 3 guys on trial in federal district court downtown who were about to get sentenced by the jury, and they cut off their tethers and didn't show
for
the last day of trial.
And
so
just took off.
They're on the run, and so that was one remarkable part of the story. The other one is that they wear fezzes.
Yeah. What was it? The Moorish Science?
The Moorish Science Society or church or something.
Some religions, so to speak, that they're claiming it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder if they'll be found. It sounds like they're really hot after these guys, but I don't know. My guess is they're not in the country.
Mm-hmm.
They've gotten help from this religious group. It sounded like they obviously they're not going to admit that, but the comments they were making that we were talking about yesterday, it sounded like, well, we're not going to get into exactly what's going on with them. They're in their own skin. Or
wherever they are, they're in their skin.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for your help, guys.
Yeah. I don't think the local Catholic Church would say that about harboring some master drug criminal.
Right.
But apparently the Moorish Science Church, whatever that thing is, that's how they feel. So my guess is they've helped them along, and probably for profit.
Could be.
If I had to guess. Anyway, we should get into some more fun, light stuff as we finish things up here on a Thursday edition of the Detroit Cast. And are you big into the summer tours and concerts? I know we've talked about the GNR show, Metallica.
I don't get out as much as I'd like to with the 3 kids. But, there were some good ones on that list. As I looked through.
We're starting to get into that. Well, the summer. So once summer comes, it's amazing, dude. It used to just be like Lollapalooza, and then they had the
Coachella.
Yeah, Coachella was kind of later, but they had the what was it? The Chick Festival, Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
What was that one?
Lilith Fair.
Lilith Fair. Yeah, they would make all the lesbian jokes about Lilith Fair. Right. But that was really it. And then you go back years and years. There was the US Festival in '81 and '83. Those big events, but it's turned into this like major industry now that goes on like crazy. This Rock on the Range, Rocklahoma, Sasquatch. Half of these I've never even heard of.
Seems like ever since the second Woodstock, everybody saw that 3 or 4 day deal. I think so.
Yeah, can
really render some profit. That was such a commercialized deal.
Oh my God, we watched every minute of that. We bought the pay-per-view at our house and watched that round the clock, man. It was
Kid
awesome.
Rock on that.
Yeah, Kid Rock was amazing during that.
Green Day.
Yeah, Green Day with the mud fight.
Oh my God, yeah.
Incredible. And then the fires. Remember the fires during the Chili Peppers and Metallica. It was crazy. But I don't think I'd want to be there. Like with that many people. Yeah. Hundreds of thousands, forget it, dude.
Looked
days.
Gross.
Yeah, it did. Looked disgusting. But some of these are pretty cool, man. This Rock on the Range, I've heard a lot of really good things about that show down in Columbus, Ohio, May 16th through the 18th. So that's now, right?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Starts tomorrow?
Yeah.
Wow, that'll be a good one. Guns N' Roses playing that one. Avenged Sevenfold, Kid Rock, Slayer, Five Finger Death Punch. It's a good lineup. Rocklahoma, right on the heels of that, May 23rd through the 25th. Kid Rock is at that one as well. Stained, Twisted Sister, Deftones, and Motorhead.
Twisted Sister.
Yeah. Oh my God! I see you got a hold of the paper, you asshole. All the country events are highlighted.
Dude, I've just gotten into like top 40 country.
Oh,
I know, dude. I know. I don't know why. It
Who do you like?
Eric loves country.
Eric Church.
Nice. Hell yeah. Nice. I like
Dude,
that.
you're really fucking hurting our credibility.
I know,
and
dude.
Cramping our style.
I've just gotten into this kick, man.
If that's true, then I've been hurting it since I've been on the
Yes,
show.
you have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We've been fighting against that the whole
Welcome
time.
to the
Swimming
We've
upstream.
known that forever. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't know how I did, but somehow I got hooked on this. I've been jumping around different music styles over the last decade, and I'm stuck on top 40 country right
I'm
now.
liking you more and more
God.
today, Jay.
Dude,
What is
it
it, like
just-
pop stuff? Like
it makes you want to drink a beer and get your girl on the tailgate of the truck. And, you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's all about drinking sweet
Oh
tea.
my God, dude, you're turning into Eric.
You're
I don't
the
like
man.
this.
I like him. I like
You're the man.
I like this guy now.
All right, now I know I've really got to get off this country kick.
Yeah, it's time to move on.
It's time to move on.
I got my beer,
It's the
got
number
my
one-
woman.
It is the number
the
one
same
genre
way,
right
bro.
now. Number one genre.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Shit. Every time you turn on the TV, there's a new country music award thing. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, personally, actually, I hate the country. I don't like the country out there right now. I like '90s country better, but I still like some of it. And Eric Church is great.
So who's the I think there's been a few country guys that have done well for the whole thing.
Brad Paisley.
Well, the guy I'm
Kenny
thinking
Kenny
of,
Chesney. He's had some
Kenny Chesney's
major
the
stadium
guy
tours.
the guy that's on the
the
show.
Keith
yeah.
Urban.
No.
No,
You're thinking
on The
of
Voice.
Blake Shelton.
Yeah, Blake.
Blake Shelton, is
Yeah,
it?
Blake
Yeah.
Shelton.
Is that it?
Yeah, Blake
Okay.
Shelton is
I was
married
thinking
to
it was
Miranda Lambert. and
Yeah.
He's really kind of brought it into mainstream quite a bit more.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think he's funny as shit. I think he's really
he's
got a
pretty
good
good.
personality.
He's really big in
Yeah.
country music. I mean,
And the guy that did Trump's show.
Trace Atkins.
Trace Atkins he did really well on that and had a good.
Holy shit! There's
He's a
some
good dude.
crazy rodent right outside the window right there. You see that thing?
Where?
Oh yeah, that's your.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
Oh.
groundhog.
He's been
or
trying to get
something.
on the show forever.
Oh, that's huge.
Look at that little rodent face.
Yeah. He's a dick.
I thought it was gonna be a snake.
Is he? I don't want to.
He's that son of a bitch that's digging under all your stuff, right?
Yeah, he's
under
digging
your
in the hot tub over
jacuzzi.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, that son of a.
Asshole. Although
Go get your gun.
I know I should, but I would, but I feel bad. Izzy killed one of his kids last year. Yeah, dude murdered one of his kids. It was a really ugly scene, a sad day here. We had a burial and everything. But
He's
Izzy
that
came.
cocky little son of a bitch.
Look at him.
Yeah,
What an asshole.
just chilling right there. He knows the cats can't get out, and so he's
Yeah.
showing
And he
off.
probably knows the show's on too.
Oh, he does. He sees the lights. And yeah, he's still upset from Izzy. Izzy grabbed one of his kids and brought him up on the deck like, "Hey, look what I got!" It was, you know,
Oops.
yeah, it was. Like I said, it was a sad day.
Beth
but-
freak out.
Oh yeah, buried it.
Oh, shit.
She,
I knew
she
that had to
fucking
be
buried
Beth.
it.
When you said burial,
Oh
it had
yeah,
to be
I didn't
Beth.
do it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Beth did. It's got a grave out on the hill out there.
Little cross
He
and
has to
everything.
see it all the time. He's walking around.
Randy, the guy that Detroit Funk Randy that takes
Oh yeah, he was
came and
talking
took
about trapping.
pictures. Yeah, I got to get him over here, and he's got his own stuff going on. I don't want to talk too much about it. I don't know how much he wants me to say, but he's got some. He moved recently, and I guess he's just going to war with his neighbors.
Oh, okay.
He's got some real pieces of work. He's I should ask him before I talk too much about it, but it sounds like they've been taking some real liberties with property lines and
Yeah, boy.
redirecting Mother Nature onto his property
Oh,
instead of
jeez.
their own. And yeah, it sounds like it's getting ugly. Is there anything worse than shitty neighbors? Ugh.
Yeah, that changes everything.
Dude, it's awful when I've had that pulling into your driveway and like trying to avoid.
Yeah, it's like, man, this is your house. This is
Yeah.
your place where you want to just be peaceful.
I shouldn't be faking like I'm on the phone in the middle of a conversation to walk into my house to avoid that guy. Like that sucks, man. And so I don't know where it is with Randy, but a couple things I've read and seen, it doesn't sound good. So he's probably a little tied up at the moment, but soon we got to get him over here to trap this bastard and get it out of here. The other show real quick here, and then Jay, you got a couple emails from people coming
Breeze
in.
through a few of those.
Lollapalooza sounds good this year. Eminem is headlining that, and Kings of Leon, and Lord. And then there's one kind of local too, Electric Forest for those interested in Rothbury, Michigan, June 26th through the 29th. Just a few hours outside of Detroit. A lot of DJs, electric music. Lauren Hill's going to be there. The string cheese incident. Gotta love the string cheese incident. And then a bunch of country ones. I won't waste time and bore you guys with details on those. You know where they are.
Did he really go through and highlight country ones?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did.
That's funny. You go down to the downtown hoedown, Jay?
I've never been, but
And it's not free anymore. They sold out, so it's got to pay now.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
The DetroitCast at gmail.com for right now is the best way to send us an email, and any topic is fair game. Anything you want to say about the show or suggestions, whatever. We're starting to look more into how do we get in touch with the audience? How do we hear from the audience? We'd love to have people be able to call in or text in live while the show's going. And Jay, you and I were talking upstairs before the show started, like, we'll throw it out there. If people know, we certainly don't know everything. We're learning as we go on a lot of this stuff. And if you guys out there know of ways that are better than others for doing stuff like that, we're all ears. Send us an email about it. And but that's definitely a goal to get.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, hell yeah, to get more interaction with people.
Yeah, and that's one of the emails, one of the subjects of Orlando Ochoa's email today. He's encouraging us to get texts or the ability to receive texts.
The problem is we have to give our own cell numbers out to do that.
Yeah, he's suggesting we just get a prepaid phone and just
Yeah.
handle it that way, which
It's not a bad idea.
But he's supportive. Appreciate it, Orlando. We got Nicholas Edgeworth writing in. Hey guys, first of all, I'm totally stoked. You guys are going to 5 days a week.
Right on.
I'm sure that's quite tough on all of you. So big time kudos. I grew up in Metro Detroit area listening to Drew and Mike for years and now live in Minneapolis, where the
Nice.
local radio is so-so in my opinion. While traveling around the country for work or just mowing my lawn, I really enjoy listening to all you guys. Yes, even Eric.
Nice.
Keep fighting the good fight and best of luck. Again, I really enjoy the show.
Cool.
Thank you and keep up the good work, boys.
It's amazing how many people out of state are listening.
Yeah, that's kind
There's
of a cool
lot
thought.
of them. Yeah, they're all over, even out of the country.
Yeah. This is a good one. Dave Inman wrote in about the brother-in-law call. If anybody missed the brother-in-law call yesterday, it had to do with the guy who lived in between the frat houses. Unfortunately, we didn't get the owner, but we got the brother-in-law, who was a pretty interesting guy.
Didn't someone think that say something to you about that?
I had a friend who thought that was Eric. We thought that was like a bit, and there was Eric.
It was a 15-minute long bit.
It was like, yeah, the
With
guy
no punchlines.
agreed. The guy was a total jackass, but it was not Eric. So Dave says, Wednesday's show made me laugh my ass off, as always. As soon as that bro-in-law answered the phone, I was thinking gay partner. That you guys picked up on it. That was cool, too. Eric's line, and then he says, he changed the subjects. Eric's line about being distracted by a bird reminded me of the Simpsons
Yes, I know
episode.
exactly what he's talking about.
So he's referring to near the end of the show, we were ripping on Eric for just completely losing his train of thought
During his segment
called Ask Eric.
Oh, there's a bird.
Yeah, so this guy says Eric's line about being distracted by a bird reminded me of the Simpsons episode where the religious cult was trying to brainwash Homer, and he says, "Oh, hey, a bird," and goes chasing after it. The Movementarians decided. They decided that Homer is a genius and is going to be very hard to brainwash. Haha, classic episode.
You know what I thought he was
remember
gonna,
that one.
I thought he was going to refer to, because there's another one where Homer, this isn't, I guess, a train of thought thing, but Homer's sitting there, something was going on, Homer's like, yeah, Mr. Burns he's impressed by some celebrity, and Mr. Burns is shocked by that. Mr. Burns is like, oh, you're impressed by that? And Homer's like, yeah, it is, and I'm not easily impressed. And he's like, oh, look, a blue car! And I thought that's what he was going to say, but the bird one, yes, from the Movementarians. What a great episode. God, I love The Simpsons.
I
know. Last one here. Becky Guerra sends in a real nice one. Longtime listener of Drew and Mike, and when the show ended, she was pissed. But a while afterward, my brother told me about the Detroit Cast, so I listened to it and have been hooked ever since. We love the
Cool.
show even more than the Drew and Mike show.
Whoa.
I hope
Whoa.
things. I know. I hope things work out for you guys. Mike, it is impressive to see you go after what you want with such perseverance. It is admirable.
Hey.
What about me?
Should
I'm like
definitely
30
be
years old. I've
boner of
never
the
even had a
month.
paid job.
Always about you, Eric. Always
Seriously,
about you.
This guy. Where'd you find him again?
The dumpster.
God.
Facebook. Some idiot kid looking.
No, thanks for the nice thoughts, though, Becky.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and
very
everybody
cool.
else. It's awesome.
She'd definitely be boner of the month.
All right, well, why don't we call it a day? And if you want to be part of that email group, thedetroitcast@gmail.com.
And it can be anything. Don't just think we're looking for people to write in and stroke us.
Quite the opposite. We've got a ton of those that we'll never read. We'll read them, but not on the air because it looks like we're stroking ourselves, and we don't want to do that.
Not on the air.
Not on the air. Yeah, you get off the air on it. It's awesome. Also, we haven't mentioned it in a while. The donate button is still there. That definitely goes a long way to helping us as we move towards the next phase of this show. And
hey, it was free, asswipe.
Yeah, and it still is. Donate, not forced to do anything, but we're working every day closer and closer to monetizing this thing. In the interim, in the meantime, the donate button is the best way to help us out. So if you got the time and money to do that, please feel free to help us out with that. We sure do appreciate it. And on that note, we'll call it a day. And thanks everybody for listening. And we'll do it again tomorrow for the Friday edition of the Detroit Cast.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you grow.